Inside the Indianapolis Zoo with Matt Standridge.
Hey everyone, I'm 13 weather meteorologist Matt Standridge, and we're here at the Indianapolis Zoo. And I gotta tell you, I am so excited because I grew up coming to this place. Many of you have as well, and if you haven't been to the Indianapolis Zoo, what are you waiting for? There's so much to see and do and explore. But when you visit, there's a lot of things that you may not always get to see, and that's a lot of the conservation work that they have here at the Indianapolis Zoo. In fact, they have this phrase, saving the wild in wild places, and we're going to highlight a lot of that. So we are starting a brand new series called Inside the Indianapolis Zoo, where we'll show you the conservation efforts that they're supporting all around the world. Plus, we're gonna have some fun. We're gonna meet the zookeepers, the folks behind the exhibits, and then we'll also meet a few new friends along the way. So what better way to start off this brand new series and new episode with the Indianapolis Zoo's CEO and President, Dr. Rob Shoemaker.
Good to see you, Matt. Thank you for being here.
Great to see you.
I'm very excited.
What's on the agenda today?
I thought I would walk you through our new beautiful entrance, quick tour of the gardens, a little look at our Global Center for Species Survival. We might find some chimpanzees, and then a couple other surprises for you along the way.
I'm excited.
If you don't have a good time, I don't know what else to tell you.
All right.
All right, let's go.
Let's go ahead and go. This is probably the favorite animal of most of my generation, you know.
Followed closely by capybara now.
Ah, that's right, that's the
So
second.
Sloths are
super
popular, and for good reason. They're fantastic animals, incredible natural history. This is E.T., a 9-year-old male that we have here at the zoo. And so when you come into the gardens, you have this fantastic opportunity to see animals like this super up close. And there's always a different variety, so you never know from day to day who you're gonna meet. I thought you might enjoy seeing a sloth as we head on to our next stop, which is going to be chimpanzees.
What a great way to start.
It's fantastic, and it's a wonderful experience. And as you know, today this is sloth weather. So hot and humid, it's perfect.
They love this. What are they eating right now?
So there's a variety of fruits and vegetables. They eat things like cooked carrot, cooked yam, mango, grapes, all those kind of delicious, healthy foods. And each individual has their favorites, what they like, what they don't. And a great opportunity to see them super up close and active out here when you come through our gardens.
He's moving quite a bit. Is it because of the treats?
Well, I think it's just, number one, it's a nice, warm, humid day. Perfect weather for sloths. Great view of the sloths. Are you ready to move on?
Let's go.
Let's go.
So we're continuing on our journey through the zoo.
We are.
After the garden, now we're here at the Global Center for Species Survival.
This is the Global Center, and it's part of our brand new entry experience where we talk about our impact on conservation around the world. We feature Indianapolis Prize winners, profiles of them, videos of them, and I actually love this on your left here. Kind of old school, but a relief map that shows all of the places around the world where the work we're doing is being funded by the Indianapolis Zoo. So I love showing the scope of what we're doing internationally, and directly to my right is all of the Global Center for Species Survival offices. These are the folks who are promoting conservation work around the globe. Not to forget, we want to think about what we're trying to save. So we can't have every species here at the zoo, certainly, but we can present an awful lot by video. So we have this spectacular 360-degree video. It changes every couple of minutes, and there are dozens of different species represented here, and we love to show the diversity of life on Earth and what we're trying to save, even if it's not something you're seeing here at the zoo. It's something we care about, something we want to promote conservation efforts for.
Next up, we're here at the chimpanzee complex. This is your wheelhouse now.
It's true. I have a really special love for great apes, and we're especially fortunate to have 21 chimpanzees here at the zoo. This is my buddy Arthur, who is a little focused on the females who are walking around. I'm going to see if he turns around, if I'm able to get his attention. Let me see if I can stand over here and see if I might see him.
Hey, Arthur.
Hi, buddy. Hi. How are you?
He recognizes you.
So this is, you can come straight up. Cool. So this is wonderful Arthur. I know, you're such a good man. So Arthur right now is in our one of our outdoor areas with several adult females.
Okay.
And we're in the process of finishing introductions of all 21 of our chimpanzees to create one big community. Now you might not, you're so handsome, Arthur. You might not be surprised when I tell you Arthur is our largest adult male.
Oh, wow, okay.
He has this really subdued authority. So sorry, when he wants to go, he wants you to follow him. He does. So you notice he did that little tap and wanted us to go. I see you, bud. I know you're so good. You're so good, Arthur. And so all of the other apes just do really, really well with him. And he gets along great with other males, and the females really respect him. So it's too early to predict, but once we have all of our individuals together, he might be the highest ranking male we'll have. He'll certainly be one of them, that's for sure. So this is a big, beautiful outdoor space, and the apes can kind of come and go from here to all the other aspects of the exhibit. But Arthur does a great job of letting us know what he wants. I know, you're so good. You're so good. He's one of the apes that does a great job of keeping track of all the other chimpanzees, but he also keeps a great eye on the people that he knows. Okay. So he's a really good one. Here's Rowena right behind us. And then Arthur's off. He's on his way. He's got something that he needs to do.
One other question I had, because when you come to the Indianapolis Zoo, something that's unique is that we've got walkways. Yes. What do you call them? I'm not sure if they're walkways.
They're really just walkways or trail. So there's a long trail system that spans about 2/3 of the zoo, and the chimpanzees can come and go and use all the elements of that trail system. So that's a behavior we see with chimpanzees in the wild, especially males. Males go out and wander and patrol their territory regularly in the wild, and we want to give them the opportunity to do that here. And that's part of what the trail system is all about, particularly for the adult males like Arthur to go out and patrol and keep track of what's going on in the place that they live.
We're on to the next climate and habitat. We're going all over the world here, including seeing the kangaroos.
It's one of the most special experiences when you come to the zoo, and we're really thrilled for you to do it, but this is something anybody can do when they come to the zoo, is when a kangaroo feels comfortable and they're laying next to a visitor, it is okay for you to reach out and have a nice little pet right on their back. Go ahead.
Right on the back, though.
Right there.
You suggest don't do it on the head.
Don't touch their head.
Just on the back.
Feel?
They're very soft.
It's the softest you could possibly imagine. Oh my goodness. So these are red kangaroos, and a young female, and just a beautiful soft fur. And as you can tell, they're really comfortable with it. If they didn't want to be pet, she can just get up and move away and we wouldn't follow her. Sure. So she can do whatever she prefers. So depending on the time of day, there's also sometimes a chance to feed them. But any time of the day when they're comfortable and laying near visitors, you can just reach out and have a little stroke or a pat, and they love it.
So we're here on, it's pretty warm, it's a little humid out here.
Yes.
Are they loving this?
Well, as you probably saw, and this is a perfect example, when she's ready to be done, she moves away, and we totally respect that.
Yeah, of course.
So the kangaroos, actually, you notice we're under one of the shade umbrellas.
Yeah.
They do like the shade. Okay, they do. So it is getting a little hot today for the kangaroos to be out in the full sun. They'll still be outside, but might find some shady spots or some places to be comfortable till it cools off a little bit more this afternoon. But they're outside, actually, even into really chilly temperatures. So not exactly 4 seasons, but most of the year the kangaroos come outside because they're really weather hardy, and we do have a heater for them, so they can get under a heater or be out in the yard during the day, even when it's pretty chilly.
Thank you so much for taking us around the zoo. I think it's impossible to have a bad day at the zoo.
You cannot have a bad day when you come to the zoo. There's so much to see. I feel like we barely scratched the surface, so I look forward to sharing a lot more with you as the series proceeds.
That's why TV series are kind of more fun than movies, because we get to come back over and over again.
And back and back. That's it. That's it.
Well, it's been wonderful. I've loved the conservation side, and we're really excited to get more into that and show all the work you're doing.
Well, that's really some of the behind the scenes of what's happening at the zoo, and I'd love to have a great conversation with you about that. So, actually, we can head to my office and do that.
Sounds like a plan. All right.
When we come back, I sit down with Dr. Rob to talk conservation. You won't believe the difference Indianapolis is making halfway around the world. And later, I'll introduce you to my new friend who is 90 years young.
We're back now with the Indianapolis Zoo's President and CEO, Dr. Rob Shoemaker. Dr. Rob, thanks for showing us around. There's so much to see, but there's a lot of things that folks may not always be able to see that you guys are really proud of. What do you think makes the Indianapolis Zoo stand out compared to other zoos around the whole world?
It's a great question, Matt. I'm really, really proud of so many things that our zoo does, and our mission's really clear, that our job is to protect nature and inspire people to care for our world. And so when people come and visit the zoo like we did, they have these great experiences, they connect with our animals, maybe they get a chance to talk to the keepers or other staff members, and that's terrific. But there's, exactly as you say, there's a whole lot happening behind the scenes people rarely see or may not know about, and that's focused largely on the conservation efforts that we have that are all around the world. And it's not always clear when we say conservation efforts what that means to people. What it really means is that we are directly supporting conservationists all around the world who are working to save species in some of the remote and most difficult environments on Earth. And that's happening every single day, and it's a core part of what we do here at the zoo.
Incredible. So how does the Global Center for Species Survival intertwine with that?
We do a number of things to promote field conservation, which is maybe a better way to say it. And some of that's right here in Indiana, some of it's around the world. But to me, there's several things that I would mention. One, it's just the education efforts we have at the zoo, letting people know what they can do to do good things to promote wildlife conservation. A great example is recycling your cell phone, and amazingly, that helps chimpanzees in the wild. Another thing that we do is all of the money that we send to projects around the world that directly supports those projects and pays the salaries of the people that are doing great conservation work. Of course, the Indianapolis Prize is a huge conservation effort to promote conservationists and the work they're doing. And then you mentioned the last one, the Global Center for Species Survival. That is our newest department here at the zoo, and that is a team of conservation experts who spend every day supporting the people that are doing actual conservation work in the wild, connecting them with other conservationists, connecting them with resources, helping to get the word out about the important work that they are involved in. And that's a collaboration with IUCN, the International Union for the Conservation of Nature, the biggest conservation organization in the world, and we are really proud collaborators with them.
I mean, you're fueling the work that's being done, the real work that's being done around the world.
That's a great way to put it. We are fueling that work, and of course that requires money. That's just understood. But that's not the only thing. It also means people need assistance. They need encouragement. They need support. They need community. They need to be connected with other conservationists. All of those things are what really propel that work forward. I think it's a great insight you make.
So how would you say you all prioritize which species or conservationists to support? How does that work, and how is that coordinated?
The way we prioritize is a really interesting topic. I could say one thing is that we do focus on species that are here at the zoo as an example. So we've been supporting chimpanzee conservation for many years before we opened this chimpanzee exhibit. So that does point us in that direction, but that's not the only criteria we use. We support lots of projects where animals are not represented here at the zoo, and in that case, it's really clear. We're looking for quality projects that have the greatest chance of success. The amount of money or the amount of resources that's needed for conservation is huge. No one organization could meet that need. We certainly cannot. But what we do is try and focus on partnerships with people we know are successful, people who have really well thought out projects, and where they're focused on results. So we really don't focus on trying, we focus on results.
Sure.
And that's our measure. Having said that, conservation is always risky. It's always hard to guarantee anything when it comes to saving species in the wild, but we're really proud of the people that we partner with because they're doing great work. A great example, Dr. Charles Foley, we've been supporting his work in Tanzania since 2007, continuously doing phenomenal work for African elephants, for example, plus many other species in Tanzania. And year after year, they just keep having big successes. So we love working with them, and we feel privileged to support them.
It's kind of cool to see the fruits of some of the dollars being at work.
Oh, it's so rewarding.
Cool.
It just makes you feel good when you know the work that we're doing right here in Indianapolis. And by the way, someone coming to the zoo and buying a ticket is part of that. You're supporting our mission when you do that. And when we can put those resources in the hands of people that can make a difference on the other side of the world, it's a privilege.
Yeah.
It's a real privilege.
That's why I know a lot of folks around Indiana love getting their ticket to the zoo, because there's more to it than just going to see animals. How would you say that that kind of model that you guys have, where there's some money coming in, but you are actively sending it right back out to help conservation? Do you feel like that builds trust in the community?
I think it really does, and I guess I would just add, we're a bit of an unusual zoo. We're accredited by AZA, the Association of Zoos and Aquariums. We're very proud of that. It's the highest standard that any zoo can reach anywhere in the world, zoo or aquarium. But part of that is committing to conservation. That's part of our mission. It's also part of what our colleagues do in the accredited zoo community. So I think that's one of the things that best defines modern zoos, as well as extraordinary animal care and education and all those good things. But field conservation is essential. I really think it gives us tremendous credibility. People know that we're serious about saving species and caring about the natural world. I certainly feel great about the efforts that we have underway, and I think our visitors do too. But we're always working hard to get that message out because, as you said so well, it can be kind of hidden. People don't necessarily understand all of the work that's happening behind the scenes at the zoo. So we want to get that out and make sure people understand that they are part of that as well when they come and visit us here at the Indianapolis Zoo.
I mean, you guys are really the triple threat, because you have the accreditation for the zoo, the aquarium, and the botanical garden as well.
It's true.
How cool.
We are unusual. There are not a lot of organizations that have that, so that's a minority of the accredited zoos, but we love that, and we love representing the diversity of life on Earth. So animals, yes, but certainly plants, and sometimes people forget about fish and the animals that are freshwater and marine based. So we love being able to do that. So it's all about the interaction between plants and animals and fungi all around the world.
I want to touch back on the success with conservationists. For example, this is going to tie into the Indianapolis Prize.
Right.
For someone who's maybe just moved to Indiana, they're getting used to Indianapolis, they hear Indianapolis Prize, what is that? What would it be? How would you explain it to them?
This year, and it's a great topic, this year is the 20th anniversary of the Indianapolis Prize. It is very specific about promoting the work of individual conservationists. So we give out 3 awards associated with the Indianapolis Prize. Indianapolis Prize is the first, and that is an award that goes to a single individual who's made a significant difference saving an animal species or a group of species in the wild. That award highlights their work, gets their name out all over the world. We'll have billions of media impressions associated with that, and it's a great way to help them advance their work. Just last Indianapolis Prize cycle, and it's every 2 years, we started the Emerging Conservationist Award. That's to catch someone earlier in their career, sometimes much earlier in their career, and promote their work to help keep them in the field and advance what they're doing. And then the third thing that we do is the Jane Alexander Global Wildlife Ambassador Award. Those are people who are usually not scientists, not academics, but public figures who use their platform to really advance conservation. some familiar names people probably heard of: Harrison Ford,
Yeah, yes.
Sigourney Weaver, recently Joel Sartori, National Geographic photographer. So these are people who really can help influence public opinion about the need and value of conservation.
It makes you feel like anyone can get into conservation then, especially with that award.
Oh, without question.
Yeah.
Everybody has a role to play in conservation, and you know, we hear that a lot. People say, "Oh, I don't know what to do. It sounds so complicated." You know, I hear so many different things, and that's a fair point, and that tells us we need to do a better job. We meaning our profession. We need to do a better job of helping people understand what they can do. So here's what I like to say: if you feel a little overwhelmed or confused or maybe pessimistic, don't be. Choose one thing that you think will be helpful. Do your research, and I'll give you like the simplest, easiest example ever. Never in your life should an aluminum can go in the garbage. Recycle your aluminum always. It's infinitely recyclable, and aluminum is made by being mined in habitat that supports some of the most diverse groups of animals on the planet. Okay. So if you can prevent the need to extract those raw materials by recycling your aluminum, you're doing something great for conservation. It's so easy, it's so impactful, and just do one thing and it will become a habit. Then you can find the next thing, and over time you realize you're doing a lot of great things to help protect the planet and promote species survival around the world.
Sounds like a lot of small things can add up very
That's
quickly.
exactly what it is, and everybody makes an impact. By the way, if I recycle all my aluminum, I'm the only one doing it, it really doesn't mean much. But it's when hundreds of thousands or millions of people do that across the planet, that's when it really adds up and makes a really important impact on species conservation.
So, with the conservation, with the prize, give us a brief timeline. What can we expect as we go into the fall?
Oh, it's a big fall for us. So this is 2025. Our prize cycle is every 2 years. It takes us 2 years to go through the nomination process, the voting, and then all of the work associated with putting our gala together. So September 27th this year is our Indianapolis Prize Gala. That is the culmination of everything that happens in this cycle, a huge event in downtown Indianapolis where we celebrate the winner of the Indianapolis Prize, the winner of the Emerging Conservationist Award, and the winner of the Jane Alexander Award. It is a huge event. It is so uplifting. It is so powerful. We have people that come to the event that say this over and over. They say, well, I didn't come here thinking I was a conservationist, but I certainly leave feeling like I am. So it is really transformational. It's the best night of every 2 years.
Well, we've loved partying with you for so many different prizes.
And we love you being there, that's for sure. That's for sure.
Thank you so much for the time today. We've
Our
had
pleasure,
a blast.
Matt. Thank you, Matt.
We still have much more on this episode of Inside the Indianapolis Zoo. Coming up, we're talking tortoise. I can't wait to introduce you to some of the zoo's newest residents. All right, so here we are. I've been very excited for this part. We're getting to meet some tortoises. I've got Dane with me here. Who do we have here? Who are you introducing?
This is AJ. He is our largest of our Aldabra tortoises here. He is 90 years old, and that might sound pretty old for a person. These guys can live to be 100 or 150 without any problem, so he's got plenty of years left in him. Happy to be here. He does weigh over 500 pounds. He's around 515, so he's definitely a big, hefty guy, and the largest of the tortoises we have here at the zoo right now.
You've been feeding him. I've been seeing him. He was laying down, but you got him to come up for a second.
Absolutely. So these guys, especially AJ, is very sociable. He's happy to have the food when he are around. And he is happy to have these scratches as well. So you can certainly come over to him and give him little scratches on his neck. And this little response here is really similar to what you see in Galapagos tortoises, where they sort of allow potentially little birds to come by and eat off little ectoparasites. So this is a very sort of natural sort of stance for him, even though it may look a little funny, but it is serves a purpose as well for those birds to come by and eat off those little mites.
He's such a unique texture. I've never pet
yeah.
a tortoise before.
It's a bit like a very rough, very used basketball almost.
That's a good way to put it. So you handed me some lettuce.
Absolutely.
Is this his favorite?
It is some of his favorites. He's definitely a big fan of his greens.
Okay. Any way I gotta do it? How
No,
would you
just you
suggest?
put it in front of him.
wants to see
He'll take it. He might
I
be
don't know if I trust you yet.
he might be slow for the take.
He's still thinking about it. So tell me a little bit about the exhibit itself. This is the temporary exhibit?
So this is a temporary spot. So it's got all of good things for them. And we also have a spot here in September that will be open for them. They have a very nice exhibit sort of being put together, making excellent progress on that, and that'll be even awesomer than it is here. There you go, bud. And so we have an even better spot for him over there. I got more for you.
Oh, there you go.
If you want to, you certainly
okay.
can.
There he goes. He's like, okay, you got it. You got the good stuff. So tell me about the tortoises that you have. Uh-oh.
That's okay.
He's like, give me the whole
Yep.
thing. So tell me a little bit about, you've got a few tortoises here. So some of them have been here before, some of them are new.
Yeah, so AJ here, with his poor aim, has actually been at the zoo here before. So he was around the early 60s. So about 1963 he was here at the zoo, and he lived here until about 2009. So he was here for a very long time. And we have another individual, Lynn, who was here from about 1990s to about 2009 as well.
So tell me about the social dynamic of these tortoises. Do they know each other? Do they interact with one another?
They certainly can. And so these guys are very close to social. So they certainly do live around the same little group in the wild, and it is not uncommon to see them sort of basking and sort of hanging out with each other here in the exhibit as well. So they certainly do sort of have their favorite individuals as well. AJ and Lynn do get along very well.
Is that the girlfriend?
That is the girlfriend.
I heard we were talking a little bit earlier, you know, if you need to move him, you kind of can place Lynn in a certain spot. And
Yep, and he says hello to her.
What do you think surprises people the most about these tortoises?
I hear a lot about people being surprised about how each of them sort of has their own personality here. So AJ is a very outgoing individual. He sort of follows us around anytime we're in the exhibit, just like he's doing now.
Why do they live so long? And what roughly can they live up to?
So these guys live to be around 150 is sort of the estimated average. Tortoises in general and sort of reptiles in general do tend to be very long-lived individuals. And so because that these guys are able to get so large, that does sort of help with their longevity as well.
He's seen a lot then.
Oh, yes, he has. I mean, his birthday is estimated to be around the 1930s, so he has been around a long time.
How do you take care of animals that are so old? Is there anything different that you have to do?
We just give him a whole lot of salad. Since he is an older individual, they do grow with their age, so it just more or less is giving him more and more salad.
You're hungry.
He is a hungry man.
What is your favorite part about taking care of the tortoises?
Oh, I'm definitely getting to interact with each individual and just being able to see those personalities is really rewarding for me as a keeper. Just being able to, you know, go with each individual how they sort of would like to be interacted with, and sort of being able to sort of build those relationships with the animals as well is really encouraging.
So I'll wrap with this question. The new exhibit is coming. So many folks are excited for when that's going to open. When you're thinking about an exhibit for a tortoise, what goes into it? What would be the kind of the setup that's perfect for AJ?
So specifically for these guys, a big wallow space. So these guys living on an island, they do get to spend some time out on the beach, which is really fun for both people and these guys too. And so a wallow is this nice big sort of open spot where we can make like a small pond for these guys to hang out in, much like that they would have access to in the wild. So that's what we're looking forward to most over in the new exhibit. And then just making sure that because these guys are so large, just giving them lots of space with both shade and sun so that they can pick their temperature. Reptiles, they definitely depend on that environment for their temperature. So making sure that they have a couple of different spots that they can choose from so that they can do their temperature regulation.
Well, you're doing a great job taking care of them.
Well, thank
we
you.
really appreciate you letting us come in, Dane.
Absolutely.
This has been wonderful. And we're so excited to see that next exhibit once it's open.
Us too.
This has been great. We're gonna have a lot of these meet and greets around the zoo with all these episodes of Inside the Zoo, Indianapolis Zoo. It's gonna be so much fun, so many animals to see, and so much conservation to highlight that the Indianapolis Zoo does here in Indiana and across the whole globe. But we'll see you next time.